Indeed, greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friends. Thank you so much for joining me again on another video. I really do appreciate your presence. If you enjoy what it is I'm doing here, consider liking the video, consider subscribing, and do leave a comment. I try and answer every single one of them. Here we go. If you're wondering what it is you're doing here, then I hope that you can tell me because I feel like this journey is ever growing. It's something that's going to continue to grow as we participate on this journey, as we continue walking this path. We're going to be growing more and more, and I look forward to that growth with all of you friends. Like, it's something that I'm thoroughly looking forward to. Although you are eternal, the things of time are not, my friends. Although you are eternal, let me move this just back a little bit. There we go. I think it should be a little bit better. Although you are eternal, my friends, the things of time are not. And I feel like this is something we do in life as well, where we have so many external influences that can cause us, these feelings of depression, these feelings of self-doubt, these feelings of limitation. But all of these things are things created in time. And it's things created in time for you to be able to be able to experience them, literally. And in that same way, you're supposed to experience them in the time allocated for you to experience them. And then sometimes we waste ourselves. We take away from ourselves these divine moments, these feelings, these things in time that give us an opportunity to extend our love. All experiences can be seen as an opportunity to expand your commitment to love. When love is chosen so that you want nothing else, you will see nothing else but a lovely world. Man, I really enjoy those messages, dude. And dudettes, I guess. Hey, Lindsay. Greetings unto you, my beloved and holy friend. Greetings unto you as well, Lindsay. How have you been, my friend? How have you been? Man, I'm still thinking about that time you went to Vegas. I feel Vegas is like one of the places that I definitely want to go to. And then like some of our friends once had a chat about Vegas and them not getting any rain, or like only getting rain like twice a year or something like that. And then there was someone in chat who was in Vegas at that moment, and they let us know that it is actually raining at that moment in Vegas, and it was a little bit of a surreal experience. Feels like we're making the world smaller and smaller the more of us are tuning into these streams. There is a bunch of wind going around today, and it's actually cold. Like I'm actually a little bit chilly. I'll have to get a blanket for these streams soon enough. You see me like huddle up in a blanket. But yeah, there's gonna be some wind. There seems to be some rainy clouds, rocking up, and sometimes wind comes with that. I'm doing very well. We love Vegas, and we have friends there, and we do all of the fun outdoor stuff. Razor, lake, four-wheelers. I really enjoy those as well, actually, Lindsay. Doing the outdoorsy things, I feel it's a little bit more excitable than going into like a casino and pulling lottery machine levers. Like I think I would enjoy playing like some poker or maybe some blackjack, even though I don't gamble. And I'm trying to search my consciousness and see if it's true. I don't think I've ever spent a single cent in a casino, actually. I've not lost any money gambling, fortunately, but we lose a lot of money otherwise. Goodness me, the wind is picking up. Fortunately, I'm in a little bit of a more isolated spot. Like I have a wall right there, and then I have some more walls there, and I have a big tree behind me, so like my camera shouldn't get blown over. But if it's a little bit shaky and the audio quality sounds horrendous, do forgive me, my friend. Forgive me and love me nonetheless, please. I'm sorry, there's not much I can do about it. So much. I just flew back to Cali from Vegas. So it was still raining in Vegas when you were there, Aaron? I'm curious, actually, my friend. It's interesting. I'm happy that Vegas is getting rain. I hope that the rain that they're getting they can actually utilize, or that it's helping the land and not just making big ditches or washing things away. I hope it's for the best. Where are you from? I'm from South Africa, my friend. South Africa. I've been born and raised here. I've been living here for most of my life, and it's been a beautiful country. It's been a country that allowed me a lot of freedom, which I'm very, very thankful for, actually. I want to set an intention for why it is I'm drinking water. I already took a sip because I was thirsty, but I do want to set a proper intention for the reason it is I'm drinking water today. And it's actually, like, I had a friend over. Yeah, you can call him a friend. He's a friend now. His name is Ruben, and he used to be the child of our pastor way back when, like 12 years ago. He used to be our pastor's son, and that was kind of the relationship I had with him. Like, oh, jy's die pastoor se kind, you're the pastor's son, and that's kind of like the extent of our relationship. We were friendly at school and stuff like that, but we weren't in the same class, so we weren't really hanging other than that. And then the other day, he just kind of randomly showed up at our house, and he was just like, hello. And he, like, I'm sitting, you know, on my computer doing some stuff, and he walks into the room, and he almost reintroduces himself. And I look at his face, and I look him up and down, and I feel this very sure sense of that I'm supposed to know who this person is, but I didn't know who that person was. And and he obviously knows who I am. I mean, he came to my house. He basically came to have a chat with my dad, because they had some good chats at church, and then he invited him over for lunch. And he comes in and he's like, oh, hey dude. I had a little piece of grass fall on me. He's like, hey dude. And I'm like, hey, you know, guy, dude, I know you. And he notices basically that I don't recognize who he is, and he like reintroduces himself, and I'm like instantly like, oh yeah, of course. And we've been having chats, and it's such a wonderful thing for me to see, is the fact that he's also grown into this absolutely amazing spiritual being. And the conversations me and him have are so much fun, and we can just kind of sit down and just have chats about spirituality, about touching the lives of others, about the love we have to give. And he is like a devout Christian. I feel he's a devout Christian because he is working for the church and everything like that. And like for that reason, we have like a little bit of differing opinions on some things, but we still, you know, have that soul connection, that brotherly connection in the way that we communicate, in the way that we let each other speak, in the way that we want to listen to each other. And something that came up when we were chatting with each other is fellowship, and how I feel like what we are festering in these live streams is also a type of fellowship. And we were talking about fellowship and how it like creates this dynamic in which people can give to each other more freely, more openly, by allowing themselves to be open. And as he was talking about the sense of being open, I mentioned to him the fact that I believe that we have Tauruses, you know, not a Taurus like the bull, but, you know, Taurus, Tauruses, around our beings. And we can open these Tauruses to allow more to flow in and out from us, or we can constrict them and make them small, allowing less to flow into us and also less to flow out of us. And by creating these Taurus fields for each other all over the world, I feel we are living in a type of fellowship, type of communion, in which we can really help each other, in which we can really be there for each other. So that's a very long-winded way of saying I want to set my intention today for fellowship, for all of you friends, for the very moment that we're residing in right now. And I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for your fellowship. That's good. Where are you from? I think I might have already told you, but I'll tell you again, my friend. I'm from South Africa. We just got electric scooters and took them around town yesterday. So fun. Yeah, we spent the day on the strip, but after that it's all enjoying the beauty and the fun of the strip. Yeah, like I think the thing I'd probably do if I went to Vegas is just have some conversations with the most interesting looking people. Like I can just imagine myself walking down the strip of Vegas, seeing a character, an absolute character out there in the wild, and just wanting to interact with him or her. Just, walking up, strike up a conversation, just, pick someone else's brain, see what they've been through, see what they felt, see where they are in life, and just, again, extend in that fellowship that we get to have with each other. Good morning, Melton friends. Good morning, prestigious match. Welcome, my friend. I hope that you're doing well. Started the day I flew out. I'm happy then, actually, lurking. Aaron, because I don't know if it's ideal if it's raining in Vegas. Like I guess you can just stay in one of the casinos or in your hotel, but it's not exactly the thing you want, right? Same, I'm from Pretoria. Where in SA are you from? I'm like living in a Mpumalanga area, dude, like close to Marble Hall, if you know where that is, my friend. How are you today, Mel? What's been on your mind? I'm good, actually, prestigious match. I'm really good. I feel lately what's been on my mind has been forgiveness, actually. I feel like maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I really started realizing more what forgiveness actually means to me and what forgiveness is supposed to mean to me, where forgiveness should be something that you do for yourself, and not so much going to the other person and telling them, oh, you've wronged me and therefore I forgive you. Like I've recently realized, because I always thought that's what forgiveness is going to a person and actually telling them that you forgive them. That's what like my mindset of forgiveness was. But I feel more so than ever I've started realizing that forgiveness should be something that you almost send from your being forward into the universe, so that you may almost like diffuse these feelings within inside of ourselves that we kind of keep around, that we kind of fester with inside of ourselves. So it's been a very real and weird sensation to kind of reframe the way that I've been thinking about forgiveness and the way that I've forgiven in the past. So instead of thinking about all of the times that I've forgiven someone, where I went and I told them, I forgive you for the thing that you did, and then that is what buried the hatchet, I'm kind of re-forgiving the people in my life that has hurt me, in a sense of not, speaking them free, but almost speaking myself free. Like, I feel like the way that I was thinking about asking forgiveness previously was accepting that I was a victim, and then basically coming to terms with the fact that I'm a victim by going and forgiving the person, by forgiving them specifically, going to them, I'm telling them, you're the one that victimized me, and that's why, even though it's from a place of love, I'm forgiving you now. And I feel, especially with what I think now, I feel that's a very disingenuous way to ask forgiveness. And I feel now more so than ever it's very important for me to come to the realization that no one has ever hurt me, no one has ever done anything to me. I've never been a victim of this world, and that's why I'm forgiving them. Like, I'm not forgiving them because they've wronged me. I'm forgiving them because they've not wronged me. If you understand what it is I'm saying. It's been a profound thought, and it's been running in my mind, prestigious match. And thank you for the tree hug, my friend. I appreciate it. Afternoon, Melt, and morning, my friends. Hey, Justin. We had a chat about, well, not technically about you yesterday, but I mentioned yesterday on stream what happened to your wife's friend, about her son, and I feel like we collectively sent even more positive energy in his way. And there's a reason I'm bringing up again, because I want to send even more positive energy that little boy's way. he definitely is going to have a lot of darkness in his life because of the fact that he didn't have a father to start with, the fact that he lost his mother at such a young age. But I feel, coming from a place of darkness, myself even, I feel when we come from a place of darkness, we have such a capacity to break out and shine the light that we have inside of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, when you're in darkness, you realize that light is emanating from your being. And that is the light you're supposed to be following as well at the end of the day. Hello, friends, and hello, Soniti, and hello, Naomi. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Yay for fellowship indeed, Justin. Yay for fellowship. Fellowship, huh? Like it's a word, and yet it means so much more than just the sounds that it makes. Like there can be so much experience, so much love, so much understanding shared between two people by becoming more and more aware of the fellowship that we share with each other. And the thing is as well, like the context that my friend had this conversation with me about was the fact that he believes that in the church environment, people are supposed to be practicing this energy field of fellowship. But he told me that he feels that in the church people are very closed off and they're keeping to themselves, and they don't want to share how they feel, they don't want to share their sins, they don't want to share their experience, and that's why they're keeping themselves like closed off and keeping themselves away from this fellowship that we're, at the end of the day, in my opinion, all craving. Actually, we want that fellowship with each other. And like, I don't know, I wish I had this conversation with him as well. Why does he think, why do you think, my friend, we don't have that fellowship with each other anymore? It might be something to do with this virus has been going on. It makes it a little bit harder for us to be, fellow with each other, even though I don't think it's supposed to, technically, but I do think it is a contributing factor. But then again, people have been this way for longer than the coronavirus has been a thing. So why do you think, friends, we stop being in an energy field of fellowship? Why do you think we separate ourselves? Why do you think we have this tendency to be judgmental, not only of ourselves, or I should actually swap that saying around, not only of other people, but of ourselves as well, in a way that it kind of like creates even more closeness within inside of ourselves, because we're like, oh, I have all of these sins in my life, I'm doing this and that, and for that reason I don't want to be open, I don't want to be seen by this other person, and then we keep ourselves closed out of fear of judgment, and literally fear of judgment. That is like the two energy fields you don't want to be participating in. The opposite of fear and judgment is love and forgiveness, and vice versa. And yeah, I think if we're going to start making decisions from a place of love and forgiveness instead of a place of fear of judgment, or fear and judgment, I think we're going to be on our way home, my friends. Wait, are you Mormon? Yeah, my friend, obviously, the way that my hair is, my lack of beard, the clothes I'm wearing, being able to live stream on the internet. Of course I'm Mormon. No. I'm not a Mormon, my friend. I'm not a Mormon at all. It would be a very interesting career choice. Like, technically, I wonder if there's a Mormon streamer. Because Mormons, they're like kind of about that vibe of like going house to house and knocking on the door and, making sure that you're a converted or whatever. So, like, technically, it would be a epidemic friendly career choice for a Mormon to start live streaming. I kind of like that idea. If you're a Mormon in chat, start doing that, my friend. Why do I keep seeing this guy all the time? Maybe you're called here for a reason, my friend. Call 1919. Maybe you're supposed to be here for a reason, my friend. If it keeps happening to you, stay, damn it. I'm joking. You're a free person, my friend. Go and be free. Fellowship of the Melt. Now it sounds like a cult, Lane. What have you done, dude? Cheers, all. Are you leaving, Aaron? I'm guessing you did, my friend. It was nice to see you. Uns was this morning, my friend. Love it, Lane. I need to work on forgiveness. We have major issues with my mother-in-law and have been estranged from her for 8 years. I don't want to rekindle, but I need to work on releasing the anger and hurt and forgiving. Exactly, my friend. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to be doing. The anger and the hurt, even though it's like difficult for me to say this, it's never justified. It never is. And I'm specifically saying this with the intention that I'm saying it, because it's something that I want to believe in myself as well, is that the hurt that I felt, the anger that I felt, is never justified, because hurt and anger, again, are contractions away from love. And at the end of the day, I do believe we have so much capacity and so much, just sheer will to be and to experience. And I think that at the end of the day, it's our purpose to be at peace, to be loving, to be joyous, to be calm in our daily expression of simply being. And then these fields of anger, these fields of sadness, these fields of hurt, it's almost like these parasites that infect our lives, infect our simply being with these big tumors. And it's something that we allow because it's an energy field that we're practicing at the end of the day. And we're doing it to ourselves, even though like hurtful things could have been said by your mother-in-law. She could have done some messed up stuff. At the end of the day, she didn't do anything to you as a person. Like she might have, or to you as a being, I should say rather. She might have done something to you as a person, but not to you as a being. Because this body, this experience is temporary. All of this is just a temporary learning device. And it seems the wind is agreeing with me. It's a temporary learning device. It is supposed to be in this moment. And at the end of the day, I think the lesson we're supposed to learn here is like to love. Even though we have so much, hurt, so much hatred, so much violence, so much wars, so much whatever, add negative word here, we have in the world, we get this opportunity to continually expand our awareness of our capacity to love each other. And by choosing to love each other regardless of all of the nonsense that's going on in the world, I feel that's going to be the only way that we save ourselves. And we can't do it alone. Unfortunately, we can't do it alone. But fortunately, we don't have to. We have all of our friends here today. Couldn't agree more about forgiveness, feeling the same things, brother. I'm happy that you're feeling the same things, my friend. Astronaut Trash, it's an interesting username, my friend. We're sharing in this experience at the end of the day, my friends. We're not separate. We're all divine, integral, individual parts of the whole. And it's beautiful. Yes, thanks for the positive vibes. I appreciate it. I really appreciate you as well, Justin. And I'm thinking about your friend. Well, I guess I can call the 8-year-old kid a friend as well, right? I'm thinking about your wife's friend's son, and we're sending him love. I'm sure there's a reason for this as well, even though it might not be immediately apparent at this moment. I do apologize for the wind noise, my friends. It kills me more than it kills you, believe me. I hope you can just hear me at least. I wish there was like some sort of wind noise button and then it just turns it off. If that exists a button like that, I'm looking forward to buying it someday. Thank you for the wholesome, thank you for the energy, and thank you for the wholesome as well, Justin. Hello, where are you from? I'm from South Africa, my friend. Yo, hi to you. Thor, what is good, brother? Hey, Impossible Night. Things are good, my friend. Had a good chat with a friend. Like, caught up again. Like, I didn't see him since like day 40 or something like that. So it's been like half the journey like added, and I feel like a lot has changed in myself, and yet nothing has, if that makes any sense at all. Like, I feel like we still had the same capacity to chat with each other. It was fun. It was really fun. What religion are you? I saw Markiplier once wear one of those on the neck. Wear one of what on the neck, my friend? Are you talking about the pashmina? And I'm not a part of any religion, my friend, actually. Not any recognized religion, at least. I'm on the spiritual path, my friend, of, I guess, conscious awakening, if you want to label it. I think that would be the best way to. From my experience of Christianity, they are very scheduled and often judge others if they aren't like them. Yeah, exactly. And that is the opposite of fellowship, Lane. That is literally the opposite of fellowship. And that is the thing that I think he's seeing as well. I feel like even though he is like a devout Christian, he also has like a very intuitive understanding of, higher dimensions, astral travel, sacred geometry, stuff like this. So he's a much more of an open-minded Christian than the Christians I'm usually dealing with. So because of that, like, we have a really good understanding with each other as well, and we get along pretty well. It's nice to have chats with them. Mm. I think the virus gives us a chance to meet ourselves deeply. Fear keeps us from fellowship, but there is a way that fear can dare, I say, melt us. Melt us. And when we move through fear, we come together and realize we are one. I really like that, Aaron. That's a beautiful message, my friend. Fear keeps us from fellowship, and there is a way that fear can, dare I say, melt us. And when we move through fear, we come together and realize we are one. Like, what I'm imagining with those words, I'm imagining like a broken apart being. Like, it has a face and it has a body, but it's like all in pieces. It's like moving through this field of fear, and this field of fear is like completely melting him into like a goo. And then as he like exits this field of fear, he like reassembles himself into this powerful being, as one again. If that makes any sense. At least that's the visualization your words gave me, my friend. Especially in the US, it's been an us versus them mentality. Trump administration definitely increased that. Yeah, it definitely did, unfortunately. I feel like there was a lot of things happening as well during that time. The media also definitely, added wood to that fire of separation and us versus them mentality. And it's so backwards. Makes me sad. I have the hiccups a little bit, it seems. It makes me really sad, and it's so unnecessary as well. It really is. But what are we supposed to do? Like, that's the thing I'm asking myself every single day as well. Is what can I do? What can I do to bring that, us versus them mindset down a little bit? And I feel I'm doing as much as I can at the moment. But I want to be able to do more. My friends, what do you think we can do? Like, I think the real thing that we're already doing is just showing people there's another way. Showing people there's another way. Because at the end of the day, there is only one way, right? And that's the way of love. The truth that is true always. We are loved, loving, lovable, and worthy of love, always and forever. I don't know if you've heard me being saying that, Lane, but ever since you mentioned that, my friend, I've been very, very aware, and I've been incorporating it. Off topic, but the lighting looks beautiful today. The lighting? Thank you. I'm happy that you feel that way, Naomi. Like when I actually set up to sit here, usually I have an extra light just to make sure there's enough for the stream. I was like, I don't think I need more light here because there's like a big expanse of sky right in front of me. So all of that light is kind of, coming down on me. So I'm happy and thank you. Even though it's off topic, I appreciate you mentioning it nonetheless. Yo, hi. Hey, Minecraft boy. How are you, my friend? I think I've already greeted you, but it sometimes takes a while for me to get to your comments. I'm here, just connection issues. Love starting my morning with you all. It's nice having a morning with you as well, Aaron. And we are literally sharing this morning together. Instead of us, being separate, doing our own thing, drinking our coffee, watering our plants, thinking about you, Naomi. We can be doing all of these things, but we are like actively and consciously tuning in to this very moment. And I feel like that is like more and more I've been thinking about the Meltmore name as not just something that I have for myself, but I feel it's becoming more and more of a feeling to me of just melting more into being. Melting more into being. Like it's not me, it's us, You know what I'm trying to say? It's not me, it's just us. We are melt more. And the more we melt, the melt me more. Yeah, sure. Time to share some love with my plants. As I was saying that, Naomi, I disagree. There are time and place for anger. Emotions are good or bad. It's how we react to them that matters. I agree completely with that, my friend. I agree completely with that. And I'm not saying that there is, like, obviously there is a time and place for anger, as you said. But at the end of the day, if you're going to be using that anger, and that's really what I mean when I say like anger is never justified, when you're going to be using that anger to hurt the ones around you, be it verbally, be it emotionally, be it physically, you're still using that anger, which is, as you said, perfectly neutral. I'm sorry about the wind noise, my friends. Oh, I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but like I don't have the powers of wind just yet. No wind around my camera setup, please. I'm creating a sphere of energy around. No, I can't. Airbending would be pretty sick though. Like I think the coolest part about airbending for me is the fact that you can fly. You can just kind of use air to project you into the air. Sounds pretty sick. Maybe it worked because now the wind is suddenly completely quiet. Airbends intensify. Let's hope it can. No, it's not gonna last probably. Are you high? I'm actually not, friend. I am stone cold sober. We just had lunch, I guess. Some steaks, some mushrooms, some spinach, some garlic bread. Um, yeah, that's all I had. I've had carbs for the past 2 days again, but I feel this time I'm doing it with a lot more intention and a lot more reason as well. I feel like the last while I've been very depleted of my carb stores as well. And even though when you go into ketosis you still have carb stores in your muscles, I feel you can still deplete those as well. And I feel I have been depleting them. So it's good to juice up again. It helps me dance in the mornings. I had a really good dance session this morning. It was very, very, very nice. I agree with that as well, but I think that anger shouldn't be felt more than love, and I think that's what Melt may think as well. Yeah, exactly, Lane. Exactly. And also, using anger, as a scapegoat for why it is you're being hurtful or for why it is you're not living from a place of love. Because even though you're angry, you can still live from a place of love. And this is something that I've noticed where like the power being turned off, for example, can create a lot of anger in our family because it's something that's infuriating, just switching our power off for no reason. And you can use that anger and then fester that anger between your fellow people, your family, and you can fight with each other because of the situation. Or you can recognize this anger that you have and realize that it's not something that you want to fester or participate in together. You can move past it. The winds. Fear should be kept and remembered. Okay. Fear should be kept and remembering in a way. Fear evil, not fear that will make us less good, but we learn from why we are afraid. I'm afraid of death because of some things. I cannot say it though. So, my friend, the fear of death is just the fear of the unknown, I believe. And the unknown at the end of the day is not something that you can know, right? I've kind of gotten over the fear of death. I feel, especially since I at one point in my life wanted to die, I think it definitely gave me a little bit of a platform to rebuild the way that I saw my life. So the way I'm feeling, at least this is a conversation we had as well today, is I'm completely okay with dying right now. It's not something that I'd be scared. Like if someone came to our farm, told me you have to choose, either your whole family dies or you die, I would take that, me dying, in like a heartbeat. I would be like, oh, of course, give me the death, please. Yes. And it's not something that I would fear. It's not something like, and obviously that is, pretentious, you could say, of me to say that, not having a gun held to my head. But I feel even in the circumstance where I would have a gun held to my head, I don't think fear would be my response. I feel I would definitely have a lot of things I'm thinking about, of like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that, oh, I wish I talked a little bit more to that person. There would be a lot of things left undone. I'm not, disputing that fact, and I feel maybe that's what people are afraid of in death as well at the end of the day. But I have complete confidence and complete certainty and complete calm within inside of my soul that I know there is going to be an exchange of energy, a transformation of energy, if you will, if I die, not a loss of it. And all that I'm going to lose at the end of the day is this moment right now. Man, the wind noise, my friends. Oh no. Like, I wish there was like just a way for me to like remedy it. Because the thing is as well, I really enjoy streaming outside, and like sometimes there's not much you can do about wind noise, no matter how good your equipment is. But hopefully one day we'll have like stonks equipment, like a really good microphone with like 15 pop filters attached to it or something, so that there's no wind penetrating it. We'll get good, my friends, in time, surely. Might be slowly, but it will be definitely getting better. Only better, only up, my friend. Don't be hating on the wind blows and the snow and the storms. I'm not hating on the wind, my friend. I just know that if, like, for me, okay. So maybe this is why I have such a big problem with wind. Because of like own internal ear problems, I'll just say that tonight, is when I hear wind noise on someone else's footage, I'm very prone to just click away, because I'm like, I don't want to hear that anymore. And I don't want that to happen with you, friends. And because I'm thinking about that. Like, I'm thinking, you're seeing this footage, you're hearing, and you're like, you know what, hell nah, off click. And I don't want that to happen. And that's why I'm thinking about it too much. I'm not hating on it. I want you to stay, my friend, and I love you. Wait, what is it called? What is what called, my friend? Fellowship? I'm not sure what you're talking about. How do you feel that Stripe Loilik lost to Francis, another champion from Africa? I have no idea who either of those people are, my friend. Were you the guy who was dancing in the rain a few weeks ago? This guy was spreading good vibes through smiles and dance. You were giving me the same good vibes. I am the guy that was dancing in the rain, my friend. To die for? I actually remember you, friend. I remember reading your name in that chat. It was me, my friend. Yeah, it was. I look forward to getting another stream like those, because I think that was my first stream where I got like 55,000 viewers on a stream, and it absolutely blew my mind. Like, I was completely blown away. And it was in that moment that I kind of realized just how much we're capable of. Just because we were so many people, just enjoying in that moment. I was dancing in the rain, and dancing in the rain brought so many people. And you know what, like, I think that's the reason it was such a significant moment for me as well, is because I woke up, I heard it was raining outside, and obviously the first thought in my mind was like, dread. Like, I don't want to be dancing in the rain. And then I was like, you know what, dude, because you're feeling this way, you should be dancing in the rain. And I went outside, I set my cameras up and my speaker up underneath the roof, and I just danced. And then that stream just completely blew up. And I was like, sometimes when we don't want to do things, that's the most important time to do them, especially. And I've been riding that wave, my friend. Love your visualizations. I was feeling and visualizing melt into emptiness, the emptiness where there is no difference between me and other. Like, emptiness is a word that is also very misunderstood, because I understand the way that you're using emptiness, because I feel vastness is a better word than emptiness, because there's a definite feeling of being vast within inside of our beings. And when you get into those states of beings where you're so vast that you're encompassing all, and then you're, as you said, there's no difference between me and you at that point anymore. And thank you, Lindsay, for the fat plat, my friend. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it, Lindsay. Thank you. I hope that you're still here. I hope that you haven't left. I do appreciate you so much. Have you heard of the proportional way? I've not, my friend. Please share some more with me. I feel the need for another snaky story. So, my dad recently, I think he caught it, like he found it like close to his workplace. Caught a little eastern tiger snake. They're mildly venomous, but they're not bad at all. And it had such a good temperament. It was, like, playing around his arm, being very inquisitive, being curious about things on his body, being curious about the phone that he was taking pictures with. And it was just a very beautiful little snake. And he sent me a message and he asked me, "You want this?" And I was like, I would like to like hold it in my hand and show it to you friends on a stream. And I told him this, but I don't think I would want to keep it past that point. And then I told him, if I do get a snake, it'll probably be like an egg eater. I think that's what you call them. Do you call them egg eaters? I think so. Egg eater snake. And then I can just feed him like chicken eggs, because getting chicken eggs is a lot less gruesome and a lot less of a mission, I guess I could say, than getting live rodents to feed your snakes. So yeah, if I get a snake, I'll get an egg eater. There's your snaky story, my friend. I hope that you appreciated it. Sneaky, snaky. I think she meant snaky. Yeah, actually. What's your favorite sweet treat? My favorite sweet treat? It's probably a chocolate bar. No. I lied. My favorite sweet treat is wine gums, actually. I'm a sucker for wine gums, actually. Like, it's really good. You mentioned me watering my plant just as I was adding fertilizer to my water. Hoping to give some extra love today. Also hoping that maybe my orchid is growing a bloom spike. Time will tell. I hope so as well, Naomi. We are in tune, my friend, living on the same wavelengths. I hope that it's going to be sprouting soon. The wind noise is divine. I'm happy that you feel that way, Aaron, because like my microphones on the footage camera is significantly better than the microphone in the streaming camera, on top of the fact that the streaming camera is like contained in a little box and there's gaps alongside the microphones of my capture camera. So I know, dude, that the YouTube video people are gonna suffer. I'm sorry, YouTube video people. I love you as well, my friend, so much. I am sorry. We can't really hear it. You're coming through loud and clear. I'm happy to hear that, Lindsay. I really am happy to hear that. Thank you for the energy, my friend. I appreciate it. The wind sounds wonderful. Not messing up the stream. Enjoy the Mother Nature. It's keeping cool. It's keeping you cool. Yeah, it is. Like, as I said, my friends, I really enjoy the wind. The wind in itself, I love. I'm worried about you, friends. That's the only thing it is for me. Maybe fear and anger are just tools to teach us the way of love and light. Yeah, it is, my friend. It is. And I want to read this because I want to get it perfectly right. It is an opportunity to extend yourself in love. All experiences, anger and fear and sadness and, hurt, whatever you want to call it, can be seen as an opportunity to expand your commitment to love. And I think that's an important word to remember as well, your commitment to love. Because it is a commitment. You're making a commitment to live a loving life. And by making that commitment, you're going to live a loving life. Like, that's just, the law of attraction at work, I guess. Oh, man, I have the hiccups. Are they the hiccups even? I'm not sure. Well, I could say the reason I'm afraid is because of pain and because of what will happen and can happen. Plus, if I'm not afraid, then my body will choose death and go against my wish for infinite life, to cultivate my life to potential. So, like, I'm assuming English is not your first language, my friend, but I think I do understand the message you're trying to share with me. I feel like this is actually, again, another conversation we had today, and we kind of like touched on the topic of living longer than a human is supposed to live. And my dad and this friend of mine are both, devout Christians, and that's basically the gist of what they talk about. And They were talking about somewhere in the Bible being stated that a human can only live for like 120 years or something like that, and then God leaves them. That's what it says in the Bible. And I was like, hell no. Hell no. Like, you want to tell me if I like, with modern medicine, live to the year of 121, I'm gonna become a complete heathen, and I'm gonna like lose God as a presence in my life? And I was like, hell no, I don't believe that. And then they were like talking back and forth about like genetic modification, so other biological enhancements that are probably going to come in our future. And I mentioned the fact that if I can live for 1,000 years, I would want to, because that means I can learn for 1,000 years. At the end of the day, this body is just a temporary learning device. So how long I extend that temporary learning window for is going to be, regardless of how long that temporary window is, it's still going to be temporary at the end of the day. Everything born in time will also perish in time. So I don't want to live forever. I don't want infinite life, but I do want to live longer than a human used to live, at least up to this point, if that makes any sense. How do you feel, friends? The wind is not melting. No, it's probably just chopping small pieces of me away. You're kind of preachy today. Sorry. Yeah, maybe I am. You do not have to stay, my friend. The wind isn't bothering me at all. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that you are here, Kiwi. I'm always happy. Bro! How are you able to do this every day? Commitment, my friend. Commitment is the deliberate decision that something will be so. And I've made a commitment, and I'm making the deliberate decision every single day that it will be so, my friend. And that's how I do it every single day. I'm very, very blessed to have all of you friends, participating, joining, sharing, growing with me in this journey every single day. Because if it wasn't for you, I feel my commitment would have been a lot harder to keep. So thank you, my friend. I do believe we can live a life without death, as it is potential and has been done. It all depends on the proportional way. I still don't know what the proportional way is, my friend. You should give me more information. You must be super rich. I wish I was, my friend. No. I don't wish I was. I am working towards enabling myself to be super rich, even though that's not the point of life. It's not a point for me to be super rich. It's a point for me to share the message of love and light, expand in my own growth, expand in my own consciousness, and in doing so, help myself, help friends, and help friends help me as well. Like, I've been helped so much with these streams. I've changed so much. And like, at the end of the day, being super rich doesn't give you any happiness, my friend. It doesn't bring you anything that you don't already have access to within inside of yourself right now. But if I'm going to have kids one day, I want to be able to give them the life that they deserve, the life that I wasn't able to have. So I feel that's more my motive, to become wealthy enough so that I can actually be a provider for my family and for my kids. Slow down? I'm running, my friend. No slowing down just yet. I'm here. Hey, Lindsay. Did I miss something? Did I ask who's here? We're all here, Meld, even when we're not. Yeah, literally. Literally. I want a pony. You can get a pony, my friend. Why not? What is wine gums? Oh, you don't know what wine gums is. So it's interesting, you also have the correct spelling of it. Wine gums are basically these gelatin, sugar, and flavorant little pellets, like literally pellets. They sell them in these rolls, and then you open it on one side and you like pop off these little pellets of wine gums, and it's basically these flavored gummy sweets. But where a gummy bear, you'd be able to like take and bite straight through it with your teeth. You would not technically be able to do that with a wine gum. You would be able to do it, but you'll be like biting through it. Where a wine gum, where a jelly baby or like a jelly bear or whatever you want to call it, you would just be able to bite through. You wouldn't be able to do that with a wine gum. But that's exactly why I like them. Like, you can pop in a wine gum and you can kind of like chew on it. That's why I enjoy it. It's like this little flavor packet that you get to dissolve. what is this book you're pulling these readings from? This book is called The Way of Transform, or the book series is called The Way of Transformation, and the book that I've read is called The Way of the Heart. The book I'm reading right now is called The Way of Transformation, Lindsay, if you want to know, my friend. I am Source. We're all Source, my friend. We're a small piece of Source, but we are. We are, my friends, and nothing can take that away from us. Nothing can change that ever as well. Well, that's all I'm gonna watch and say here. I'm gonna do my own thing now that I might know that I might join next time. If anyone able to tell me his answer, if he doesn't respond, would be helpful for later. See you a little bit later then, my friend. It was nice having you here, even for a moment, if you were here. Wait, actually, I will say one more thing. Okay, good. The proportional way is the most ideal good. It is the best possible solution to a problem out of all possibilities. It is to favor the balance and the most potential in life, games, movies, anime, though I do not fully know how to explain it. Okay, I think you've already explained a little bit more, my friend, than you did previously, so I feel I have a little bit more of a better understanding of the proportional way, as you call it now. You said you were hoping I was still here when viewing the Platinum Award. Oh, oh yeah. Okay, I understand now what you mean. You're still here. Like, why I said that is just I want you to actually, hear the praises I was giving you. I was already planning in that moment to send you a message thanking you for the Platinum Award as well, just to make extra sure that you get my thanks. Gushers, almost like Gushers. I guess it's almost like Gushers. Are Gushers also like really tough and hard to chew? Good morning, friend. Good morning, illustrious watch. I haven't seen you in forever. Goodness me, like it's been forever, my friend. How have you been? It can be accessed. Whoa. It can be accessed through meditation. It is about fully trusting in what good you can do to remove doubts and let negativity go to where it needs to go or belongs, to not give evil a chance, but to set everything in life in place, in purpose and work. I really like that, my friend, and it's something that I agree with as well. And I feel it definitely is a practice of vigilance as well. It's not something that we can, just kind of, be like, oh yeah, I'm pursuing the best good of my life, and then going through your life, still doing everything that you've been doing, not really changing anything. I believe it's an active choice. It's something that we have to do deliberately. I am loving awareness, and I'm loving you, my friend. Awareness is the best thing that you can do for yourself. If more people know all of this, then some more people might no longer will give into temptations and influences and the system of corruption. To fully balance, to create and maintain management and optimization of thoughts and patterns. I agree with that actually completely, my friend. And specifically with the word that you used, patterns. Because at the end of the day, the way that we think and the things that we think create these mental patterns in our minds, like these ways of brain cells firing. And every single time we activate a pattern within inside of our minds, it strengthens that pattern. It grows more cells to facilitate the activation of that pattern. And at the end of the day, the patterns that we keep feeding ourselves, the patterns that we keep repeating for ourselves, are going to be the patterns that we kind of end up with. And we do have the capacity to change our patterns, but it's difficult. It's really, really difficult. And as soon as you've set yourself into a pattern, it's very difficult to escape that pattern as well. So it's something we have to be aware of. It's something, as you said as well, finding balance and creating and maintaining that pattern that you want for yourself. Because at the end of the day, there is always going to be temptation in our world and in our lives. And I think being completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Clear cut, not so much clear cut, not judgmental. Iron fisted, I guess, would be the way of saying it, with telling people never or no longer to give into temptations, is a little bit naive as well, because I feel we all have these temptations. And at the end of the day, I don't think there's too much wrong with giving into temptations, but I do think there's something wrong with giving yourself to temptations. And that's a very important distinction as well. Giving into whoa, I just, for some reason that word just got it like evaporated into my mind. Giving into temptations is not the same as giving yourself to temptations, because we literally can completely almost dedicate our lives to the things that we give our temptations to, be it drinking, be it the use of pornographic images, be it the use of like excessive sugar, whatever you want to label something as. Like, there is these temptations in our life, and it's okay to occasionally give in to them and experience them, because it is part of this divine experience that we all get to live. But giving yourself to that experience and starting to identify, starting to grab onto this experience, that is where we go wrong, my friends, at the end of the day. I've been well, going back to teaching tomorrow. Thank you for giving us this platform to feel positivity. And thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing this positivity with us. And thank you for being here with us in this positivity, because you, in this moment, are creating a little bit more positivity for us all to feel. So you are appreciated, and know that, my friend. And that sounds great. What kids do you teach, or what age kids do you teach, or do you teach adults? I'm curious, my friend. Maybe Winelands are like wine gums are like Jubilees, like a really chewy gummy. Yeah, wine gums, I mean, there we go. Yeah. It's a very chewy gummy, and it's really good. I really enjoy them, at least. That's all I have to say. Thank you for reading, and thank you for sharing, my friend. You are a creator, and you have created, and it's good, and I appreciate you. A fool among his other faults has this also. He is always getting ready to live. Seneca. A fool among his other faults has this also. He's always getting ready to live. I love that, actually. Seneca was such a G, and I completely agree with that as well. It's something that I was talking about 3 days ago on stream, about how we have this tendency to like wait. Like, okay, if this and this happens, then I'll change, then I'll be happy, then I'll do this, then I'll do that. And it's conditional. It's like these things need to happen before the thing that we want to do can happen. And it's literally, as you said, the fool is waiting to get ready to live, or always getting ready to live. Just, he's getting ready, like, okay, as soon as this thing happens, then I'm gonna start living. As soon as this happens, then I'll start living. And those things never come unless you give yourself the reason to live, unless you let yourself actually live. And yeah, we're doing that, my friends, I believe. Google seems to compare wine gums to gumdrops. I've never had gumdrops, so I'm not quite sure if I can give it a valid opinion on them, but I'm not sure at all. 3rd grade, 9 and 10-year-olds. Okay, that sounds fantastic. Like, at that age, they're still, nice. I used to be a teacher as well. And goodness me. Like, when they turn 12 and 13, then they're nightmares. So, like, having them at 9 and 10 sounds like absolute blessings to me, my friend. I hope that they love you as much as I love you, and as much as you love them. Are you familiar with Ram Dass or Terence McKenna? I'm familiar with both of... No. I'm familiar with Terence McKenna, but I'm not familiar with Ram Dass, actually. Thank you for the silver award, my friend. Do you have a book to recommend for introspection? Yes, I do have a book recommended for introspection, and that book would be The Way of the Superior Man by David Data, my friend. It is going to give you a lot of perspective on masculine and feminine energies within inside of our universe. And even though it's called The Way of the Superior Man, it doesn't have to be about men. Look at me. It definitely is a book written for men, but there's so much to be gained just from an understanding perspective. Like it gave me so much clarity on my own workings, my inner workings, and my own understanding of the why, like the why I do things, the reason I do things, and it also gave me a lot of clarity on why women do the things that they do. So I'd highly recommend it, my friend, if you want some introspection. Uh, YouTube ruined its name by saying a rammed ass. That's kind of funny, actually. Mm. Wine gummies are better for sure. Like you probably know them, my friend. It's third grade, you're eight. In third grade, you're eight. No, are you? I don't think so. You're like 7 in grade 1, 8 in grade 2, 9 in grade 3, right? At least that's what my ages was like. Thank you so much. Thank you, my friend. I love you as well. I love you. Honestly, like I really love you. And I hope that you're sharing this love with the kids tomorrow as well. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. I know teaching can be very exhausting. So good luck. Preaching again. My friend, you're still here. So clearly you need to be preached for, huh? Elianerian? Elianerian. I have a hard time saying your name, my friend. You want to tell me your name? It's gonna be a girl name. For some reason, I have this intuition. Mm. They're all done with my plants. I even got one of the spider plant babies off the mother plant and potted up. I've been meaning to do it for a while. To give to a friend. That sounds wonderful, my friend. That sounds really wonderful. I'm really happy that you did that, actually. I think like gifting something like a plant to a friend is such a I want to say selfless act, but like at the end of the day, you're giving them something to take care of, right? So I feel like it's even more than just a selfless act. I feel like there should be a new word for that act. Giving something, giving someone something that they have to be responsible for. Of course. There we go. Good, my friend. Preach, brother. That book, Way of the Superior Man, was awesome. I'm thinking I should reread it now, see what I get from it this time around. I'm actually feeling the same way, my friend. Like, when I finish with this book series I'm busy with right now, I think I'm going to do that as well. Reread that book because it's like proper fire. It was definitely one of the things that really helped me solidify the masculine within inside of myself, and it kind of brought me to confront the fact that I had, these less than masculine features or less than masculine aspects of myself which I needed to kill, and I feel I definitely did do that. Ramdas said that when you're hugging a tree, you're hugging yourself. And I feel that as well, my friend. I actually hug trees all the time, and it definitely is fun. My friend is leaving now. He had a chat with my dad up to now. I'm gonna ask him a question. Hey, oh! Was jy nie al 5 uur weg gewees nie? Wow! Jy pak slaag kry. Cheers, man. He was supposed to be at church by 5 p.m. and it's now 12 minutes past 5. And when I came to stream, like my dad and him were still talking at the dinner table, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start streaming. If I don't see you before you leave, I wanna greet you and say goodbye. And then he was like, oh yeah, I'm probably going to be leaving. Like I have to be at church by 5. He tells us. I'm like, okay, then I'll definitely not be able to stand up and greet you properly. So I'm gonna do it right now. Did that. And then I was like watching the time as well, and I saw it like turning 5 and him still being here, and I was like thinking, oh, gonna get bakslaw, gonna get a beating. Say hi to your friend from us. I'm sorry, Justin. I think he already left, my friend, but I think he knows. He knows. All of us are sharing in this space together, and he was in this space with us, if even for a moment, and that is all we needed from him as well. I know I made you hug a tree on stream. That was you, Electra Storm. I'm not surprised, actually. Yeah, and that tree I hugged is actually the tree I've hugged the most on our farm. Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Like there's this one tree. While we were clearing like a piece of land to be able to plant things, there was this one tree that was probably pretty old, and it like really killed me to see them chop down that tree. Like it really hurt me. Like I actually felt like a physical pain sensation watching them do that, and hearing the like chopping sounds. And when the tree was completely chopped off, I noticed just like this feeling of pain almost on this tree, because I think it definitely was in a sense of pain, having all of its branches and leaves chopped off and just having this like stump sticking out of the ground. And I went to this stump and I put my hand on the like exposed rings, I guess you could call them, and I spent time with that tree, like thanking it for all of the life that it's lived, thanking it for all of the oxygen that it's produced, thanking it for all of the carbon that it is captured from our air and turned into sugars that it is being built out of right now, and just like almost sending this tree off into its afterlife, if there is a tree afterlife, and just to be able to be with that tree. And I feel for the first time ever, I understood what it meant to really like hug a tree and where the idea of tree huggers come from. It like was a very profound realization, my friends. We should try and preserve our old trees. Mm. And like to give you some calm, the tree was like 30 or 40 years old, not like 500 years old. Like it wasn't that hectic, but it was still hurtful to me at the end of the day. Mm. Man, it's been a good day. It was a Sunday, calm day. I've been I've been trying to fill my consciousness more and more with information that allows me to move past procrastination. Procrastination. There we go. Yeah, got it. And it's definitely been something that's plagued my life for a very long time. Like even with the YouTube channel, like I made I think 3 videos initially, and then I had so much self doubt. I think maybe 4 videos. I had so much self doubt within myself that I was like every single time I considered turning the camera on, I had this this self doubt telling me, nah, what do you want to talk about? Who wants to listen to you? Da 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 da. And now I'm like, oh wait, okay, dude, gonna need to knock this self doubt. Freaking no self doubt. Stay in your box, in the darkness where you belong. It's been such a fun process being able to do these things every single day, and I feel it's definitely allowed myself a little bit more clarity, a little bit more like a pat on the shoulder that I'm not procrastinating every single day anymore. For the first time ever, I can say I'm doing something every single day without fail, and hopefully we can continue doing this every single day without fail until I die. Yeah, yeah. When I'm 137 years old, so I can reach the stream number 42069. No, it was the other way around. No, it was 42069. Yeah, when I'm 137 years old, my friend. I want my physical remains to be planted as a tree. Have you seen those like pod things actually, Justin, where they put your body, like they basically decompose you, or they like break you up into your constituents, and then they put your constituents into this like pod, and then they plant a tree on top of that pod, and then it uses that pod as like its fuel source uh, for the duration of its life. And that's actually, when I saw that, I was like, yep, that's how I want to be buried as well. You have so many good things to share. Thank you so much, Justin. And wow, like, you see, something as simple as that. How many words was that? You have so many good things to share. 8 words. 8 words that can literally save someone's life. That can change my day, change my outlook, change the way I feel. And thank you for creating so beautifully, my friend. My mother is a gardener, who I got all my plants from. And I think someday she would love to be honored by having her ashes used to grow a tree. I really like that idea as well. I've seen a thing online where they cremated remains, adding into a biodegradable urn that will grow a tree. There we go. I think that might be the same thing I was talking about, but I feel like the pod thing that I was talking about is a little bit bigger than just a normal urn. I feel like it was quite of a like a sizable thing, like a big pod, like a pod at least as big as my sitting body. But it's not, that massive. Maybe like I was just illusioned. Maybe it was like an urn-sized pod. I wouldn't be surprised either. Ah, for some reason my buttocks are killing me today. I don't know if any of you've noticed, my friends, but I basically went through this like a little bit of a yoga like spree where I was learning a little bit more about the practice of yoga and the different like stances, the different sitting positions and stuff like that. And there was this one teacher that taught the fact that if your legs are crossed and the heels of your feet is like close to your loin, I guess I could say it like almost connects you a little bit more with your own inner vitality and your own inner energy. And ever since like learning that information, I've not streamed again sitting on a chair. Every single time I've been streaming sitting completely down in the lotus position, I guess you could call it. And I don't know if it's made a noticeable difference, but I feel it's definitely made a difference with inside of myself, at least with the way that I feel, the way that I carry myself. And more so, like I want to be able to have like a completely, perfect postured positioning as well. But I feel that takes a lot of strength training. Maybe it's strength training to get good, right? Practice at sitting straight and sitting in the meditative position. Hopefully, by the end of this year, we'll be pros, my friends. uh, Man, it's completely cloudy now again. It looks like we'll be getting rain again tonight. So it's gonna be a cold morning. Who knows? Fingers crossed. We get a really good. Why am I having a hard time articulating? Fingers crossed, we have a really good dancing in the rain stream tomorrow morning, if that tends to happen. And a chiropractor. Yeah. Like, tell me actually, Justin, in your chiropractical knowledge, is there any benefit to a human being sitting in the cross-legged position comparatively to sitting in a chair? Like, I'm curious about your thoughts on it for that posture, and a chiropractor for that posture. You think I'll need a chiropractor if I'm constantly like standing with my back arched like this? Like it does actually create some discomfort inside of myself when I'm meditating like that, because it's something that I'll try and sustain for a while meditating, and then like after I realize I'm starting to experience some discomfort, I allow myself to slouch a little bit again. But I don't want to be collapsing my lungs or restricting my ability to breathe properly. But yeah, I'm thinking too much about it again. Yes, we are not made to sit in chairs. Okay, I'm happy that you agree with me. Have you seen those chairs, Justin, that basically have like this little bit of an elevated seat, and then it has like a roundish like pad like that, and your buttocks go on the little elevated seat, and then you can like cross your legs, and they have like room to move, and they don't choke each other off basically. And it's like an office chair, but it's like an office chair made for sitting in the lotus position. Looks really cool. What am I hearing? You're hearing guinea fowl, Lindsay. Guinea fowl screaming in the background. They're probably like getting ready to roost for the night. So they all like get into one big tree and then they scream at each other. I'm not sure if it's a very functional relationship between all of them, but it is what they do. It is what the guinea fowl do. Have any of you seen, I think his name is something called like Frank 1Z? Frank Z1? Frank Z1? It might be Frank Z1 or something like that. He makes these really like satirical nature documentary videos. And like one of the things he enjoys saying is like, it's like an animal would do weird things. Like, the the bullet mantis. Is it called? Is it called the bullet praying? No, not the bullet praying mantis. Bullet shrimp. There we go. It has like these little beaters that beat so fast that it like creates pockets of air, like lacking pockets of air in the water that creates sparks underwater, and it literally beats its food to death while like pulling them out of their shells and stuff, like literally beating them to death. And then he'll be like, yes, the praying mantis beats its food to death because that is how the, not the praying mantis, is it called the mantis shrimp? I don't know. Probably I'm not sure. Anyway, the mantis shrimp beats his food to death because that is how the mantis shrimp do. And it always makes me laugh. That is how the guinea fowl do, my friend. Zia Frank, there we go. Yes, that's the one, Justin. He's awesome. Watch his videos. He does not blink. He does not blink. I've not seen his face all that much. I think I've seen his face a few times. I saw his face on the TED Talk that he did, but I don't think he shows his face on his normal videos. Pistol shrimp. Is it called the pistol shrimp? I know exactly what it looks like in my mind's eye, but you know, words are hard, yo. Better to squat or sitting flat. Okay, I'm happy to hear that, my friend. But I think squatting at my computer would be a little bit awkward. I'm just imagining this Slavic office, you know, like this whole Slavic office with all of their desks made to be like only this high, and everybody is just like Slav squatting, typing on their computers, doing what it is they're doing, eating chiki briki, drinking compote. I'm being stereotypical. That's just like the mindset that came up into my mind when you said squatting, dude. Like, imagine that, dude. People are like, away, sitting on chairs is bad for us. We're going to be cutting all of your desks shorter, and you're going to start squatting. It comes from corporate. Don't question me. It comes from corporate. Man, imagination. Like, human beings have such a cool ability to be imaginative and to create these bizarre scenes inside of our minds. Things that I feel gives us so much divinity. Because I really like thinking about dolphins as well. And I like thinking about the fact that dolphins have so much intuition and so much intelligence in their way of being and in the things that they do in the water and how they communicate with each other. But I'm really curious to know that if they have these, you know, imaginary things, like, are they capable of like talking about, you know, imagine if a human, you know, did a double backflip, landed on his feet, and then, you know, did a complete 360 spin on his heel. Like, would a dolphin be able to articulate an imagination like that? Because even though it's not something that's, you know, particularly complex, just me saying those things gave you an image in your mind of a man doing a double backflip, landing on his feet and doing a 360 spin on his heel. Like, that is something we can intuitively imagine and see in our mind's eye. But I wonder if other animals can also do that. I'm really curious. Comments have been dropping from me as well. Okay, so I'm happy that it's not just me, my friends, because I'm also not seeing all of the comments. I'm back to the rammed ass comment. Oh, that's strange. But Reddit has been weird, like this morning as well, with our morning stream. It kind of like did that thing again where it still allows me to stream and I'm still I'm still live, but it doesn't allow me to read the comments that's coming through anymore. Reddit be weird. Yeah, Reddit be weird. It's still, I feel like I want to say it's still in its infancy of being developed, but it's like a year old by now. So, like, excuses are running out just a little bit for Reddit at this moment. But that being said, I am so thankful for Reddit, for creating this space for us, you know, to be able to reach each other. And I feel I've definitely, like, I feel with the start of my streaming journey, for some reason I naively believed that most of the friends that were going to watch were going to be people that were younger. And I don't know why I really thought that, because I feel like there's such a wide and diverse spectrum of people watching, joining, growing with us, friends. And yeah, I didn't think Reddit would be a platform to be able to reach the people that we are reaching, and it makes me so happy to be able to do that. But we are coming to the end of our streams, my friend. Ah, thank you. Thank you so much for being here with me for as long as you were. Hey, I'm late. I have to catch up on the YouTube again. Yeah, I guess you have to, Jovan. You absolutely have to. I'm sorry, Jovan, about the audio quality. We had a lot of wind today, so it might be just a wee bit wrecked. But I did try and speak loud enough so that you can hear me. So, like, if you're willing to stomach it, please do, Jovan. I'm sending you so much love, my friends. 35, 36, still so young, my friends. Like, I believe you're only now in your quarter life crisis. Like, I believe us humans, at least the humans in this chat right now, will at minimum live at least 130, 140 years. Like, I'm pretty serious about that. Thank you everyone for sharing your morning with me and my plant babies. Thank you, Naomi, for sharing yours with us as well, my friend. Thank you for sharing today, friend. Happy Sunday. Hey, I go by Dubs. Dubs, why haven't you commented, my friend? I would have liked to say hello to you before I say goodbye. I feel like I'm 15. Me too sometimes, Justin. Me too. Thank you, my friends. I love you. I'm sharing and I'm sending so much love and light with you once more. Goodbye, my friends. See you again tomorrow.